From Butterfly Guard. We're going to work the arm drag series. I use this a lot from both half and butterfly guard. Firmando. Un momento, por favor. Alright, so nice part about this series, it's pretty versatile. It's a good motion to learn. You can use it about anywhere where you're facing your opponent, whether it's neutral, guard, half guard, butterfly. It's nice to be able to have this skill set. So we're here in butterfly guard, and let's just say for whatever reason, Gavin's sitting back a lot and doesn't want to engage in that upper body game with me, right? Like I can't really get into that underhook series. I can't really, next week we're going to work shoulder crunch again. I can't get to any of these things, right? So all we're going to look to do is get a grip. For me, I like a reverse palm grip right above the wristwatch area for him. Here. Now, if you have pajamas, you can always grab pajamas, right? But I like things to be gi-no-gi, so we're here. All we're going to look to do is pass it over my center line. The big reach is going to come with my opposite side hand, which isn't just reaching for his elbow, it's reaching for that pit right where his tricep connects to his armpit here. And we're going to look to pull that everything across here to tuck my elbow into my hip pocket here. Once we get here, all we're going to look to do first is reload and re-sweep here. I'm going to look to hip or belt grip, I don't care which it is. Slide myself under, sweeping him this way. Nice part with this is a lot of good armbar trappings and things like that off of this. So we're here. I'm working with Gavin. Boom. I get this grip. If you have pajamas, it can be a cuff grip. If not, you're just trying to get to that wrist just enough to get here. I slide my hips in, and I'm using hip or belt grip to slide under. As soon as I get there, boom, I sweep over, follow. You may land inside on the opposite side of your arm, or you may land in mount. Either way, bottom butterfly to top is the goal. Questions on this initial motion? This is going to be what we build off of today.
Instead of grabbing, you grab
Pants, get a grip. Grip is not the across his body below his shoulder blades. Past that, grip something. You can reach his hip pocket, grab his hip pocket. If you get belt, get belt. If you get love handle, grab love handle. I don't care what you grab. Over here is the goal.
I just didn't know that.
Yeah.
Make it easier for the sweep.
Can if you have the pants. And your rule set allows for it. Other questions on this? So we're here. I'm working. Boom. Pull across, big reach to the armpit. As I pull this in, I slide my hips under. I'm going to grab the belt this time because I have it. Pulling up, over, following to mount.
Questions finished in S mount with that shotgun.
You can. I'm generally going to just keep them on that side and use that to sit them up if I'm with you. Other questions, guys? Drill her out. 1, 2, 3. We're working. Good things are happening, right? Boom. I go for this arm drag. As I start to go here, Gavin doesn't suck at jiu-jitsu, so he starts to really widen that base, right? Boom. He's like, hey, something bad's happening, get a good base, right? That can always be a good default idea when bad things start happening to you in jiu-jitsu, right? He starts to widen that base. Great. I anticipated that because I also don't suck at jiu-jitsu. So all we're going to do here is we're going to pull our knee to our chest, and I'm going to look to put the arch of my foot on the inside of his knee here. And I'll spin in a second. Boom. All we're going to look to do is kick his base straight towards the corner. As we do that, then it's backpack drill time. We're just going to use the counter to the counter to set him up here, guys. We're working. I like this one. We're here. Ah. Start taking that back. You're like, Dustin, it can't be that simple. It is that simple. That doesn't make it easy. That's the problem with this move. It's very simple. Like, if they go too wide on their base here as you're attacking this, all you have to do is kick it out. Now, he's going to start coming up and all those things. Couple things to work on. One, I'm always going to look to pin this hand. The leg that kicked out, I'm going to use to post and come up if he starts to base out. So we're here. Let's assume Gavin isn't terrible. Boom, I go here. He starts to come back up. I pin this wrist to the mat. That's going to stop a lot of his regain of motion here. As soon as that happens, boom, I use that to start my backpack drill, get my hooks. Then depending on your style, you can go chicken on a skewer and flatten him out or roll him up. Doesn't matter, that's preferred. Yeah, so you're here. For the gentleman, you're going to put your cup through his back like you're trying to pee for distance. For you ladies, I don't know the equivalency, I'm sorry. But we're here. I'm going to look to drive my hips forward. Here. Driving. You're really liking them.
Can I see this?
And I don't have a cup. So. No. So we're here. Boom. I drag. Like I said, the goal is here. The big mistake I see a lot of people make is they try to kick it straight towards James, where I'm trying to kick it to the corner here. So as soon as that happens here, bop, that wrist changes from the under to that post here. This here, post, and up. Once you get here, guys, like I said, I'm generally going to wrist track, flatten, and then because I'm uncivilized, I'm going to hit people. But if you can't hit people, try to choke them from here, like a gentleman. Questions on this?
They don't have to face out to do that, correct?
No, you can hit this off the rip, too. I like to hit it as a step 2 because it baits people into it harder. So the thing is, I'll start trying to wrist grab here, and a lot of people will start hitting that base, and that's like, all right, I don't appreciate it. Like, I hit it as a step 2. You can hit this as a step 1. Into that sweep as well. You can also hit it into the back. Other questions? Let's all come up.
Can I see the focus on the base up?
Oh, yeah. So when we're here,
Oh, sorry.
the post. So we're here, boom, I get here. Now, the second his hand comes past my leg, my arm, I'm gonna let go of this grip here that was on the armpit. And all it's going to do is come and find the wrist, and I'm turning my hand the other way. So that way it's skeletally strong. When you guys are all like, oh, Dustin, you're so strong. Now, I'm just putting my body in the way that it should be, so that way it's physically strong. If I'm here, yeah, I'm pull your arm back. Yeah, I take your arm. I'm in the most awkward fucking position ever. But because my skeleton is aligned, guys, it gives you a natural bit of strength. Here. Now, as soon as you're there, that post that kicks out, that comes to here. And I'm using that to come around the back. One of the big mistakes I see on this normally is a lot of you guys are going to put your cup right on his back logo, and you're going to be way too high. You want to be behind him just that little bit here. All right? So that way when you're working, you can get that second hook in and not be falling off the top of them. Other questions here?
Say you lose that. Is that something worth fighting back, or do you ditch it? And
Depends on when you lose it. So let's say I'm here. Boom, I go. I get here. And I'm halfway around and I lose the hand. That's fine. Just follow the back. Like, you're not going to be able to just sit up to the back, but you can follow it, backpack drill your way into what you want. You lose it super early, you may want to fight back. It's like I lose it here, I may re-grip, re-fight for it. But if I'm already up, like my hips are here, that's fine. Not as pressed. So depending on when you lose it, yes. The second your hips leave the mat, it becomes less of a priority. Obviously, if you can keep it posted out, keep it. But doesn't have to be your point of emphasis.
To add on to that, Dustin, if you have your weight on that shoulder, it'll be the same principle. You don't really need that arm anymore.
On the top shoulder, just
Yeah,
make
you
sure I'm
have
hearing you. So
You have
boom,
that across, and then you have the weight already on the shoulder.
boom. Yeah, as soon as I'm here, I don't have to care about this wrist anymore. Because all you're trying to do is make sure this elbow doesn't come back into your hip. So if I'm here, this arm can come back and start to try to flat me back out. The second I have that beat, where even if he comes back inside here, I'm already past him. Like, it doesn't matter. So the second your hip beats his hip, really, you're escaping it.
So you have to have you're trying to beat the hip. It doesn't matter even if your hip hasn't come up yet, but your shoulders on your chest is on his shoulder.
Yes,
That
because
still
he's.
has a beat, correct?
It
Or
can.
Am I misunderstanding?
So boom, if I'm here,
Correct.
if my hips are flat, this elbow can still come in.
Okay.
So that's why
So
when
the hip is
the
what you
hip
have
is
to have.
the hip motion is what kills here. That's what allows you to come up. So if you have that pressure on that shoulder, it may be able to keep him posted longer, but the second that pressure relieves up as you spin, that arm's coming back. Because that's going to be the natural reaction here, guys, is he's going to be trying to get this arm back as hard as he can. So that's why this post, all it has to do is buy me to here. Then I'm in. That's why it's important, kicking that down. Other questions, guys?
Can I ask another question?
Yes.
If when you go to pick that out, you need to raise it higher at the heel strike for it to go the side, or will that not work?
I would. Yes, you can heel strike in MMA. If I'm trying to hit this as a sweep, I would not. So like if I'm here, and I'm not going to heel strike Gavin real hard because I do like him most days. Boom. But if I'm trying to kick this here, it's not going to work as well because it's kicking into his base. I'm kicking at the end of that. Now, in MMA, I'm making that kick stick. I'm going to kick his knee though. I'm not kicking his thigh.
But it's not going to be a strike long as on the ground.
In jiu-jitsu, it's a jiu-jitsu motion. In MMA, I'm hitting him with my heel. That's the difference. It goes from I'm doing that with the arch of my foot to I'm trying to heel strike you right in the top of your knee. That would be the difference I would make in MMA. Other questions? One more time. We're here. Boom. We pull across. Boom. He bases. I pull over. Kick out. My hand switches. Come up. Backpack drill. To your violence preference at this point. 1, 2, 3. So I'm here with Gavin. Boom. We arm drag. I go to kick out that base, but for whatever reason, I can't get to where I'm coming behind him, right? I don't feel comfortable with that sit-up. I don't feel comfortable with the re-sweep, right? So let's say we go to come up for this and it's just not working. All we're going to look to do here is our hand that is on the arm drag. All we're going to look to do is come under here and connect our hands. So the hand that was going for the hip to come around comes up to the armpit and we come here. As soon as we're there, we pull over and up. For just a simple chest rack sweep. So we're here. Boom. Boom. I start to come over. It's not working. For whatever reason. He starts to back out is one of the more common ones that this will start to not work. You'll go here. He'll start to back up. Here. I'm going to connect my hands. Pull forward. Elevate and sweep. What? Cat. What? For the class, Cat, since you decided to laugh. I love that it was Travis that did it too, because he's always so quiet, and I'm sure it's a great singer.
It looks like he's done so smart.
Poor Travis.
Whenever you're ready, Cat.
Sorry.
Everyone stare at Cat until she says it.
Jordan looks like he's unsmelling a fart.
Alright, so we're here. Guys, biggest thing is, as I pull this across and I kick this out, is if he starts to back out, you have to follow him. I use that pull to follow him in. That's when I sneak my hand. Boop. Here. So once you're here, I'm keeping my crotch connected to his elbow so that his arm doesn't drop back through. Follow here, and I'm gonna look to bring this arm up and attack. Questions on this?
So this goes back to what we were just discussing. where
Very
you-
similar to what we were discussing.
So the process is there, it's just a matter of.
Wrong. Finish the step. Questions on this?
Do you only do this if you can get that lock, or do you
Connect your hands. If you feel solid there, I go. So for me, if I can't palm to palm grip, I may not attack this because for most of my weight classes, they're open weight. 90% of what I do is open weight. So I have to be able to do this on guys who are 300 pounds. It's like you have to be able to do this. So if I can't connect my hands on a 300 pounder, probably not doing it. Cat out of my fingertips look at each other in the moonlight, I'll probably do it.
Yeah, I was just saying, just like a nice bear hug.
You can go to that, like a bear hug look. The biggest thing here is, as you come here, if you can get arms this way, you generally should be able to connect it.
Yeah.
Even if it is just this grip here, I would still go. So, depends on your comfort level there. If my hands connect, I'm going. Other questions? Run her out. 1, 2, 3.